It might be finger-licking good, but not even 11 herbs and spices can save KFC from public backlash, especially when the choice is made to use racial stereotypes in a marketing campaign. Poor sales are the tipping point for any brand, especially if they go on for long enough. While KFC only recently started reporting a decline in sales, the situation is still significant enough to spark mild concern among the head honchos at Yum! Brands, KFC's parent company. In May 2024, its CEO, David Gibbs, noted that KFC's U.S. stores are struggling in an earnings call. At the heart of this concern was the fact that KFC's U.S. sales dropped by 7% in the past quarter. Gibbs pegged some of this decline on difficult weather conditions across the U.S., something other chains also used as an explanation for their own struggles, as well as the competition and promotions offered by rival fast food restaurants. KFC notably isn't facing the same issues everywhere. China, for example, continues to thrive. Sales surged by 8% in that same time period, with China home to twice as many KFC restaurants as the U.S. For KFC to claw back the same kind of success on its home turf, Gibbs noted that it needs to try to replicate the tactics used elsewhere in its native country. He said, "We know how to bring that brand to life to connect with consumers around the world, and we have to do a better job of that in the U.S.
I'm Colonel Sanders, and I'm back, America. I'm back, America!
The chicken scene is considerably bigger today than when Colonel Sanders started shilling meat at a roadside joint in 1930. As R.J. Hadavi, head of analytical research at Placer.ai, told Nation's Restaurant News, chicken is a highly competitive space, more than it has ever been. It's a space I feel like people are looking for more variety, and they're getting it elsewhere. Most notably, Chick-fil-A has worked its way to the top of the poultry pyramid. Despite its disadvantage of closing every Sunday, it beat KFC to the #1 spot of the top U.S. chicken chains by sales in 2014. While KFC managed to hold on to second place for just under a decade, 2023 saw Popeyes pass them as well. That same year, KFC saw its market share drop from 16.1% to 11.3%. And the competition only grows more fierce by the year, with the likes of Raising Cane's and Wingstop proving worthy contenders to potentially step into third place in the coming years. Shrinkflation is a tragic reality of 21st century dining. Nowadays, few chains can escape accusations of dwindling portion sizes that provide less value for customers while still bearing the exact same price tag, or sometimes costing even more. Customers have snapped pictures of multiple shrinking KFC items in recent years, with the fries attracting particular ire for allegedly using narrower boxes and not filling them to the top. The chicken hasn't escaped totally unscathed either. Multiple customers have complained that the portions are considerably smaller than what they received in the past, with one alleged employee claiming that this stems back to the chain switching suppliers in 2016, and another alleging that each bird is now split up into 12 pieces instead of the former standard of 9. One Redditor photographed their chicken tender next to a soda can to demonstrate its minuscule size. One set it side by side with a quarter, and one chose to compare their chicken chunk to a pack of dipping sauce. Regardless of what everyday item is used as a makeshift measuring stick, customers have made their discontent pretty clear, with one writing of their tiny portion. Surely they're serving up mice at KFC now.
This finger looking good.
KFC's secret recipe is legendary, made up of a blend of 11 herbs and spices that was, at least at one point, locked up in a high-security vault at KFC HQ. This blend may have allegedly been leaked in 2015 by Joe Leddington, a nephew of Colonel Sanders by marriage, but the restaurant still keeps the key to its tasty chicken close to its chest. In recent years, however, customers have started to complain that this chicken isn't quite as tasty as they remembered. One disappointed Redditor wrote, "I quit eating at KFC years ago because the quality kept going down and down and down. Switched to Popeyes or Publix, both of which have chicken that is vastly better than anything I've had at KFC in 20 years. This isn't a one-off complaint. Plenty of former KFC regulars have chimed in online to share similar frustrations. One Redditor wrote, "Always enjoy that first bite, then it's a steep decline for every bite that follows." And another disgruntled chicken enthusiast said, "It used to be okay growing up, but they have since used cheaper ingredients to produce lesser quality food. I haven't eaten there in over 8 years, and I never hear anyone saying how great it is." The only thing worse than declining quality is when that food also costs more. In recent years, many KFC customers have criticized the chain's prices. One Redditor wrote, "KFC in my area is so good, but got expensive all of a sudden? $30 for 8-piece chicken family meal? Judging by how many others have chimed in with their own similar sentiments, this seems to be one of the reasons why customers have started pulling away from KFC. As one user put it, "I see KFC going under, way too expensive. One of 2 in my area just closed and is being replaced with a Chick-fil-A. Other one is always empty." According to some employees, the reason why these prices have soared is because the profit margins have narrowed for the chain. Chicken has notoriously grown more expensive since the COVID-19 pandemic, with prices soaring at grocery stores nationwide. KFC certainly isn't alone in struggling in this regard. In general, fast food chains have felt pushback from customers about increasing prices amid the rising cost of living. However, increasing the overall price doesn't exactly help its case among customers. AI has proven divisive in pretty much every area, including chicken advertising. If one KFC campaign from April 2024 is anything to go by, the chain decided to pull the meta move of referencing artificial intelligence's difficulty in generating a standard 5-fingered hand in an Instagram advertisement that suggested the reason why it makes this mistake is because, quote, "the more fingers you have, the more fingers you can lick." The restaurant encouraged people to jump on the bandwagon and generate their own AI hand image, posting it on social media and tagging KFC. It didn't go over well. KFC faced an onslaught of anti-AI sentiment in the Instagram comments. One commenter remarked, "I didn't like the idea. It's awkward and disgusting." As is often the case with AI controversies, the overarching idea here was that using AI robbed a non-computer artist of a valid job opportunity, with one user commenting, "Imagine paying artists for their services." Whether it's due to outrage or just a general lack of interest, it was later noted that very few people actually participated in the campaign. The AI controversy wasn't the only marketing blunder KFC has made in recent years. The company has a reputation for wild marketing stunts, once requesting that Pope Benedict XVI bless its new fish sandwich, which he declined, not to mention their crossover with DC Comics. They even launched a chicken sandwich into space once. But ironically, it was one of their rare attempts to play things straight that got them in hot water in 2023. An ad campaign by KFC Canada saw customers ditching cutlery to eat chicken with their bare hands. However, the billboard version of this ad was called out for only featuring Black people eating fried chicken, which some saw as the brand utilizing racist stereotypes. One person wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, "So white people don't lick their fingers? I just know it's a Black person on the creative team, like I knew this wasn't a good idea, but they don't listen to me, so I just clock in, do my work, and go home." Tyra Jones-Hurst, managing partner at Oliver and founder and managing partner of InCrowd, told Campaign Asia, "While the commercial showcased real people sharing real moments, the billboards showcased only caricatures of Black ones." She added that these billboards dampened what should have been a cheeky and refreshing take on an old slogan into a classically harmful and stale stereotype for the Black community. Boycotts have played a significant role in the fast food industry in 2024. McDonald's, for example, was subject to boycott calls across Asia after a franchise announced that it would donate free meals to local hospitals and soldiers in Israel amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. The chain has since seen a blow to its sales in the region, despite McDonald's Corporation issuing a statement to Time that read, "The company is not funding or supporting any governments involved in this conflict." Similar boycott calls have affected KFC. In fact, in Malaysia, these calls have proven so effective that KFC Malaysia temporarily closed over 100 restaurants in May 2024 due to what it described as challenging economic conditions. Boycott Divestment Sanctions Malaysia issued a list of businesses to boycott over their alleged connections to Israel, but clarified in June that KFC wasn't on the list. However, its chairman was quoted saying, "Many Malaysians perceive any American fast food operator to be related to Israel, including KFC." 2 years earlier, KFC was hit by a separate scandal that prompted boycott calls, this time in China. After the chain started giving away limited edition toys with some meals, the China Consumers Association called for customers to abandon the restaurant due to its encouragement of excessive consumption.
You love Kentucky Fried Chicken, right?
No.
Customers have complained en masse about the disappointing service doled out at KFC. While nobody enters a fast food joint expecting 3-star attention, some have claimed that they didn't even receive the bare minimum. One Redditor wrote, "Literally every time I've been to at least 6 different locations, the service has been slow and the kitchen staff always seem to be behind, confused, and messing up orders."
Welcome to Kentucky Fried Chicken. May I help you, please?
Many online complaints echoed these same points, especially KFC's track record of providing inaccurate orders. Some sympathetic customers and KFC employees, however, point the finger at upper management, saying that employees on the ground level are overworked and underpaid. One alleged former worker wrote on Reddit, "The bad service could be due to overworked, underpaid staff. We are very busy and constantly asked to do overtime up to the point that everyone is exhausted even when we're not busy." In 2021, a TikTok went viral when it called out a Las Vegas location for offering just $11 per hour for a supervisor job. Employees have previously walked out of some restaurants in the fight for fair wages, while others sued a major KFC franchise, KBP Foods, in 2018 for not even paying the minimum wages they were owed. When you look at the overall numbers, KFC's restaurants are going pretty strong. Its total number of outlets has increased year on year since at least 2010, with an increase of 2,140 restaurants in 2023 alone. The company has still seen a number of restaurants shutter in recent years, however, which is a worrying trend despite overall growth. In August 2024, franchisee EYM Chicken shuttered around 25 KFC restaurants across Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin, leaving almost 100 employees without a job in Wisconsin alone. This followed a similar spate of closures in Louisiana in October 2023, when employees reportedly received no notice that their location was shutting down until it happened. California and New Jersey have both also experienced closures since the beginning of 2023. This trend isn't limited to the US. In June 2024, 13 KFC stores, all of which were owned by a singular franchisee, closed their doors for good across the UK.